Let us purchase 2 first-class tickets, please, to Dubai.
Dubai.
We need to get to the Dubai Film Festival. We've got a short sub-doc about the plight of the Iraqi people who live in Beverly Hills.
Okay, well, I have one flight left out to Dubai.
You know what? We had 11. We might still have 11. I just think those 11 rotate out podcast to podcast. Because I hear about some people who, I listened to your second one. I listened to the fourth one. Or I only listened to the first one. And when they only have listened to the first one, I'm like, damn it.
Lies!
Not the best one. A lot of problems on that one.
I think it's bullshit.
They quit too early. They're almost like producers for a new TV show who give up on the pilot versus maybe giving it a minute to see if it gets like Seinfeld season 1. That first episode was Seinfeld season 1.
And it's a shame because episode 4 is the best episode.
Yeah. It's completely scripted from start to finish. It's just, we're reading.
Yeah, this is where the big twist happens. Shit's going down. Episode number 4.
Oh, real quick. Just speaking of twists, I have not seen it, so I have nothing really personal to add on this. But apparently, the new Shyamalan movie, because we had done a little take on Shyamalan and how I respect his attempt to take big swings in his movies.
Yeah,
and he strikes out a lot. Well, I have not seen this new one about people on this island and time doesn't work properly and people age differently. Well, apparently, it got kicked out of theaters very, very, very fast.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that makes me sad. I didn't even know it was in theaters.
It got kicked out of theaters.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, M. Night Shyamalan ding dong.
I was like, dude, I was so stoked for it. It was one of those trailers that I didn't want to watch because especially something like that, they're going to spoil shit in the trailer.
Was Bruce Willis in it?
You know what'd be funny? That'd be a funny twist, like him trying somehow, like he did with Unbreakable and Split and Glass.
Yeah.
To, when at the end of Split, how he pulled in Bruce Willis in Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Then maybe at the end of this, somehow he goes there as like
Bruce Willis and Marky Mark
no,
just
from
meet
Sixth
up at
Sense. Yeah, like he's somehow the dead Sixth Sense guy, and he's like, "Oh, I've been on this island for years." And then whatever the hell, Mark. No, you can't bring Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's like, "What? What's wrong? I don't understand.
What's happening?
Yeah, I don't get it." Yeah, but anyways, I'm still gonna watch it whenever it hits theaters.
No, for sure.
Or I mean Netflix.
I mean, but that's like all his movies, like we discussed. It's not going to be that good, but it's going to be watchable.
So I don't know.
And I hope Bruce Willis isn't in it because for some reason,
did you hear something? Are you spoiling it for me?
Well, I'm just saying. It's just for some reason, it just made me think of something because like all the movie stars of the '90s. Is basically if they're in one of the movies nowadays, it's going to be a bad movie. So if Bruce Willis is in a movie now, you can pretty much bet it's going to be a bad movie.
It's because...
Same with Nicolas Cage.
You know what's funny? First off, Nicolas Cage, I do not like Nicolas Cage. There was a time where he was, even in being campy in, what's the plain one? I can't remember. Con Air. Yeah. Even in camping that, or like back in the day when he could actually act, I've never really liked him. He was fun in oh my god, the Alcatraz movie. The Rock. Like, he's fun in that. But ever since he went down this, like, I don't know, he owns too many islands and he's broke and he's just pumping out shit.
Yeah,
he's
buying too many Superman #1s and shit.
Yeah, dude, that is what every actor's doing now. I realize, like, he just got on the train really, really early. Bruce Willis, Robert De Niro, all these guys Bruce Willis was never a really great actor, let's be honest. But he was like at least an action star. Yeah. And now he's just like the old man who does like that stoic face on the cover of the poster art.
He plays the same fucking guy in all the fucking movies.
Because it's like, here's $5 million.
Yeah.
And be
Bruce Willis.
Be you.
In fact, he played himself in a movie one time.
Did he?
Yeah, he played himself, and he was a fucking asshole. Go figure.
Oh, he was also himself in Ocean's 13 or 12.
Was he really?
Whenever
he played Bruce Willis?
He played Bruce Willis in that, yeah. I guess, his own little cameo.
I talked to a guy that worked in the film industry for fucking years. Mm-hmm. He said he was doing that shit for like 40 years, man.
It's a long time.
And he was a key grip or whatever. And he said, he was kind of going down the list of celebrities, and he said Bruce Willis was a fucking prick, man.
That is just not surprising.
Him and Tim Allen, he said, because I asked him, I go,
Timmy!
Who's the worst? He's like, fucking, he said Tim Allen and Bruce Willis, man.
I don't know
Fucking pricks.
why, because maybe Bruce Willis, I'm like, he's even an asshole kind of in his movies. So, like, and he kind of comes off maybe that he could be that way. But Tim Allen, God, everything he's in, he's like so pleasant and fun.
Yeah, yeah. And,
So he's a hell of an actor because he's able to just completely discard his real personality. For
who
this.
knows? You know what? And people have fucking bad goddamn days.
It's true. Maybe he had one interaction with that guy, and he had and Tim Allen worked like a long 2-hour day, or whatever, and just gave the guy shit.
Well, he worked on a whole movie with them. It was Galaxy Quest.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
That's the movie the guy worked on him with, and he said he was a complete fucking asshole.
Maybe he was being a method actor. Because in the first half of that movie, he's a gigantic asshole because he's a character who's full of himself and thinks that he is basically, the bee's knees, Titty McBitties.
I mean,
very unlikely. I'm going to go with.
We could say maybe method, but I'm going to err on the side of just being a prick.
Yeah, who method acts for a sci-fi comedy?
yeah, get a method act for the rom-com. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting, man.
Dude, Shirky's dad, one of our buddies, same thing. His dad worked a million different jobs. One of them was working in the film industry, and saying how, what's the actor who he was in 2020, and he's in
Johnny Depp, or do you mean 2020?
No, John Cusack. John Cusack. That he's a gigantic asshole. You did. You got me halfway there. And I'm like, and I hear this, I'm just like, I'm just not surprised. I don't know why that doesn't surprise me. I'm just like, any big time actor, not that I expect them to be assholes, but I'm not surprised if they are.
Yeah.
Like,
that bums me out. You know what, man? I love John Cusack movies, man. I don't know what it is.
He's also always, can you name one movie where he wasn't John Cusack? One movie. Most actors, they at least try to pivot.
Even if he's playing a bad guy, he plays, John Cusack as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like there was the recent show Utopia. Mm-hmm. Did you watch that shit?
No.
This shit was fucking crazy. It was like, it's like based on like this comic book in this fake world.
Yeah.
And this comic book somehow, I guess, predicts the apocalypse or some shit.
Is a stream? Like,
yeah, it's an Amazon show. And John Cusack was like the main villain, like the ultra billionaire. That was either
interesting.
He was either just trying to catapult this into reality, whatever this was. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a weird fucking show.
Did they cancel it? Is it still going?
Actually, I think they have 2 seasons of it. Okay. No, maybe it was just one. They might cancel it. But yeah, it was John Cusack. He was John Cusack,
but just as a bad guy.
Yeah, just as a bad guy.
Okay,
but
that's like Ozark, the actor, he is always that.
Yeah,
always.
It's always very fucking depressing.
He is.
Yeah, he is. In most of his, and I like him. I like him in romantic comedies and shit. What the fuck is his name?
Dry, sarcastic, and
What
negative.
is his name?
We suck at this. We fucking suck. Get on your laptop or your computer. Look it up.
I don't. You know what?
Don't you have your cell phone? There's like everyone, all 11 people in here yelling at us. We're idiots. I can never remember people's names.
It's the guy from Ozark. We know who we're talking about.
Oh, that's so frustrating. He's so good. I will say this though. While he's always him, which is again like the kind of an asshole, but like he's often right. Like even in his rom-coms, like he's the person who when a bunch of dumb like date night was a bunch of dumb shit's going on. I remember watching that movie being like, this is so stupid. Like
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. Look at you go. Bam! Look at you go. Bam! Bam! I did not like that movie, but I liked him because his character for me in that show or in that movie was literally like calling out how ludicrous all the shit was that was happening.
Real,
he was almost like, yes, he almost got to be the person almost like breaking through a third wall, but he really wasn't. Where he was sitting outside, he's like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah, he does kind of play that guy that's kind of like, just like he's not even a part
almost
of it
like breaking character,
but
he's not breaking character. Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is. I find that refreshing. It's almost like a spin-off from the old, the comic relief. Mm-hmm. Where now it seems like with comedies, everybody's the fucking comic. Everyone is a comedian. Yeah. And then you have Jason Bateman, who instead of having a comic relief, they have almost like a stable character for you to like kind of hold on to as the crazy shit around is going on, because it's so over the top. You can't have everyone be like that. Someone's got to be steady and level to like see the contrast of how stupid everything is.
I mean, that's kind of like where his character was born, was like what, Arrested Development, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what he's kind of like the mundane, depressing rock in this crazy fucking world.
You know what? See, I can't think of any old Jason Bateman stuff, but I wonder if he was someone else, if he was an actor. You know, Jason Bateman did stuff with a different character, like, you know, personality type, or he'd come at every role from a different angle, and then Arrested Development happened, and now that's what you're casting. That is exactly what happened to Mr. Tony Stark. He's kind of jumped around and been different in a lot of his movies. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. Thank God.
But you think he's just played Iron Man in all the fucking movies?
After he hit the first Iron Man and he became that Tony Stark, if you listen to interviews of him now versus interviews of him before,
well, he was a fucked up drug addict before. Yeah. If you remember, his career was going into the shitter.
Oh no, he was in the shitter. They just called a plumber to pull him out and they cleaned him off.
Yeah, he worked out a little bit, and then he did Iron Man.
Was Iron Man Iron Man might have been the first. Like, that was definitely the movie that got him back.
I believe so, because that was before Sherlock.
I remember they also had to bring out, like, it was a big insurance policy they had to pull for him in that movie because of his track record. Because it's not so much about,
like,
they're not saying,
he might not fucking show up to work.
Well, that's what it is. It's not Robert Downey Jr. might fall down the stairs. Oops, insurance policy. It's like, okay, you're building a $200 million movie based around a guy who could just overdose.
Yeah.
You know, because then you have to get insurance to cover the loss of the movie. Yeah. So the insurance, and then obviously it worked out.
But we still want him on the drugs. Yeah. You know, it makes him brilliant. Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's like that, you know, let me fuck. Look at Heath Ledger. I mean,
well,
if he wasn't on drugs, Joker wouldn't be as good.
That's honestly probably true. I mean,
it is.
He got on drugs, and I really doubt he got on drugs for the role, but maybe in like the madness.
That's the story I'm believing
over the character.
Well, he got on drugs.
He was on drugs
because of the Joker.
Yeah, because of it, but not to be the Joker. My guess is that in the process of trying to
bringing
be
yourself
the
in this dark, crazy place.
Yeah. That he probably gave himself depression and like some sort of psychosis.
Well, remember that fucking Joaquin Phoenix documentary? Did you ever watch that?
I watched 15, maybe 20 minutes of it. I'm like, I cannot.
Oh my God. That fucking documentary was, if it was just, if it was fake and this is just him just making this fake thing, it was absolutely brilliant.
It was.
If that was the case. If it's just him being real, it's absolutely crazy and brilliant anyways. Because, dude, you
can find the beauty in it either way.
It was just, dude, you had to watch the whole thing. It was just great. There was a part where he wanted to be a rap artist, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to like Puffy's fucking studio and shit, and he's trying to pitch Puffy this shit. And Puffy's is like, what the fuck's this crazy motherfucker? Like, what are you doing, dude? And he goes on this like event that Puffy's throwing, and like just makes an ass out of himself. I think he falls off the fucking stage or something. I mean, it was just crazy.
Well, don't you remember? I mean, he basically did a year worth of marketing for it by being crazy ass Joaquin Phoenix. Like, that's what that was.
And that stuff was in the in that movie, dude. I just when I saw that, I was like, if he made this up, it's so good.
Do you know? Because
I don't know.
I'm like 99% sure it was made up. Which, talk about being a method actor. That dude was an asshole and a weirdo for like a year leading into. They're probably filming also as it was going on. But all those like weird videos that would come out, and it's like, what is happening to Joaquin Phoenix? Look what he's acting like in this club where no one else is. Mm-hmm. So like he was so committed that even on his days off, he's in there being an asshole to get. But you know what's funny? That movie probably made, nothing. He probably 100% lost money. By, first off, how much is he getting paid for that documentary? Almost nothing. He got zero acting jobs in the process of doing that because he's out of his mind.
Doesn't help you get roles, I don't think.
And that was a couple years because then he was kind of, it wasn't blackballed, but he was sort of kind of because he would go on talk shows and be a total dickhead.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it just shows, he
But
really
look at
wanted
him
to
in-
do something totally
in movies,
crazy.
he's great. I love the Joaquin Phoenixes.
Oh yeah,
Dude, him, even Shia LaBeouf's.
I love Shia LaBeouf.
Dude, Shia LaBeouf's is the fucking shit, dude. I mean, did you watch? You should watch Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yes.
Great movie.
Did I-
Honey Boy? Great.
I haven't watched
movie.
Honey Boy. I haven't watched Honey Boy. Peanut Butter Falcon. I told you about how that movie got started, right? So it was. This
Wasn't it the autistic kid like wanted to be in film or something like that?
Yeah, so he was actually living at a place for people with special needs who couldn't take care of themselves. So he was actually living in that. I believe I think it was in Florida.
like he was in the movie. The
Yes,
character was in the movie.
sort of. That was a little bit different, but it was basically the same thing. He was
Yeah.
at a place where because he couldn't take care of himself, so he was there. And the directors for the movie went there, and I cannot remember why. I think they were volunteering, or they were just helping out, or
Yeah.
maybe they were donating to it. But they got in a conversation with him, and he was telling them how he wanted to be a big actor. His dream is to be an actor, and then they told him, they're like, "That's probably not going to happen. Like that's huge
Yeah.
goals." They were trying to like
Reality
let him down,
check,
but a bit
buddy.
of a reality check.
Yeah.
But he kept pushing on it, and so they went home and they literally wrote the movie for him. They wrote the movie for him.
The director did?
The directors wrote the movie for him specifically, and then they got quite a few like well-known actors to do it for pennies. So a lot of these actors they did not make a lot of money doing this movie, and they put him in it and they made him a star because the kid said it was his dream.
And
I'm
the
like,
movie's
that
so
is
fucking sweet. I just
highly
love it.
recommend it. Go watch Peanut Butter Falcon.
Shit's fucking good, dude.
Yeah, and I found that out after watching it because I was just curious how it all came to be and how they found this kid. He's not a kid. I think he's older than me. I think he's 30, in his mid-30s.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah. So
You're not too far away from mid-30s, are you? Are you 31?
is that not far away? Is 33 not far away? 31.
33 is not far away.
I mean,
You're over the hill.
24 is not close to being in your mid-30s. 31, I guess that is definitely close. But am I also close to being in my late 30s?
I don't know. We should probably turn the brightness down in this room because I can see those crow's feet.
Oh, those
man.
crow's feet, dude? I told
see-
Jamie, I'm like,
can
dude, I
see
need
those
some serum.
neon light glaring off them crow's feet of yours,
Man, it's the only spot because I make a lot of faces, and apparently all my faces stem from the corners of my eyes.
You can't. You just got to have the fucking just stoic fucking.
Just commit, be like, I am not going to have any emotion
Just
or
like
show
Bruce
any
Willis.
joy so I don't have wrinkles in 40 years. Yeah.
That's it.
No,
It's
it's
like-
funny. That's a thing. People talk about don't smile with your eyes because you'll get wrinkles. I am almost certain Jamie's mom has said that.
Yeah.
Like about don't make faces. You'll give yourself wrinkles. I'm like, what do I mean?
You know what?
You know what else does that? Botox.
If you're white,
Then you
just
can
don't go
make faces.
outside, and then you won't have wrinkles.
That's true.
The
I'm trying
sun,
to think of any
sun damage,
white
bro.
people in my life, in my family, who have tremendously great skin.
You're
low-
Irish, dude.
It's not. I can't think of anyone. My dad's side's okay, but they got
They all got rosy
a little,
fucking cheeks
Yeah, they
and
got a little
fucking-
Spanish in them. A little bit of what is it in your skin?
Touched by the melanin.
Yeah, a little bit of melanin, just enough to save it. But my mom's side, it's just has
just-
no mercy.
Yeah.
The sun.
the blood is right there at
Dude,
the top
my
of the dermis.
mom's side of the family, granted, they grew up for the majority of their lives in California, in Southern California, going to the beach. And they went before, I'm sure sunscreen did exist, but there was nothing behind it other than,
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, so they would, my mom
We
told
used
me,
to go to the beach before sunscreen existed.
dude, they would use cooking oil. They literally cooked themselves. So my mother, my uncles, my
Well, it's got
aunts,
to. It is blocking some of the UV ray. Like even if you put coconut oil on you and shit like that. Yeah.
Sure. But probably not ideal when you're very pale. Because the skin cancer, like my aunt has had half her lip taken off. Most of my family's had huge chunks of their face removed.
Yeah, man.
You look at none of them have that many freckles. They all look like they're like half ginger because they're covered in freckles, but they're covered from their knuckles all the way up their shoulders and around their
With
chest.
skin cancer.
That's why I'm so anal about wearing sunscreen.
Dude, well, you should be, especially out here in California where the sun is closer to the fucking planet. At least
Yeah.
it seems like it is.
It does. I feel like I bump into the sun every time I walk out
Yeah.
my door. It just hits me right in the face.
Dude, my mom's husband's fucking. He's got to get like these things lasered
Yep.
off and chunks like taken out of his
Dude,
leg
it's like
and
going
shit.
to a dental cleaning. My mom is supposed to go like every 2 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's there. There's just skin cancer like all over, but they have to like burn off as much as they can because if they burn off too much, they just take off too much and you look like a zombie.
Yeah.
And they have to check ones that are particularly scary looking to see if they're malignant. Is that the right word? Malignant?
Yeah.
That's
right.
And again, they're not going to cure themselves of skin cancer. They're just going to die. And hopefully it's just not from skin cancer. Like, that's what's going to happen for them. They're just going to die
pretty much,
from
if you
being
live,
old.
well, it's like they say, you live long enough, you're going to get cancer of some sort,
Well,
just
I
no
think-
matter
I think
what.
This percentage is off, but I know it's not off by much. I think it's that 80% of men die with
Prostate
cancer. Not from it, but with it.
But with
now,
it,
some
yeah.
do, but that's just how many do just don't get their finger up the tush.
Yeah.
Or the camera up the tushy.
Well, there's going to be less and less, I think, of that because people are getting, like our generation, you're going to get your finger up your butt.
Dude, I want to get it up like before I'm 35. I know that sounds crazy.
You want to do it sooner or
I
later?
do want to get sooner or later because I'm like, dude, people get prostate cancer in their 40s. I know it's not common, but like,
It's just like a sexual experimentation.
Well, no,
because you're worried about prostate cancer.
well, I feel like it's two birds, one stone. You know, I could
See how
try.
you feel?
I could try it out in a very subtle way.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, do I like it? And then
Do you like it when Jamie puts a finger up your butt?
that has never happened.
That's not what she said.
You don't know that.
I know you be doing that shit.
No,
Jamie.
man, ain't never. No. Ladies, I mean, unless
And she's got small fingers. You wouldn't even know.
it doesn't matter. No, unless a girl's biting their nails and like they're just and I hope it's an unhealthy habit of biting your nails down to like the nubs and it's just soft skin going in there. I don't want a 1/4 inch of fingernail to be the first thing that my asshole experiences going the other way.
Oh, shut up. I mean, you put your own finger in your asshole.
Yeah, my fingernails are pretty low, and there's a method. Oh, in my own asshole. There's still a method.
What's your finger in the asshole method? I'm fucking curious. Can you describe it to the
Yeah,
11
you
fucking
go.
people?
You test. It's like gauging the temperature of the room.
Mm-hmm.
You just put a fingerprint. Ideally possibly a thumb because the other ones are too weird. Just put the thumb, the fingerprint,
whoa,
like
whoa.
you're
No.
like you're looking for being granted access.
Wait.
Just listen to my thing. Just let me talk.
Okay.
So you put your fingerprint there. It's again you're checking for access. You just go there and then if it doesn't scan you in, you just kind of move your thumb around.
Yeah.
No resistance. And then they let you in and then you just boop.
Then it locks for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really had to take a shit.
If you get a hand swat or a booty clutch.
A booty clutch.
Yeah.
The fuck you talking about?
Cheek snap shut.
Oh, yeah.
That's saying no without saying no. Not saying no.
Yeah, when you go, oh! yeah.
Is that a maybe?
Just so
don't
you know,
fight
that
through
means fucking stop.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, you got to be careful around the booty hole, man. Especially as you get older, you realize like hemorrhoids is a fucking thing. Obviously, because I'm herniated. I got a hernia, folks. I've got motherfucking herniated disc in my fucking
You are
back.
Mr. Hernia.
Yeah, and I had a goddamn hernia like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. In fact, I sat here doing one of these podcasts, sitting here in this chair
Yeah, and
with
his
the
intestines
hernia.
were popping out as
Well,
tummy.
no, not a hernia, a hemorrhoid. Fuck, I had a hemorrhoid too.
You're pushing too hard.
I don't
You're
feel like
pushing
I'm pushing
too
that
hard.
hard. Like,
Do you fart? Do you want to fart like through your like? What do you?
No, I'm not ripping the farts. Not even like you.
I don't do that. They just fall out. They just seep out. It's just like
Your farts just fall out.
yeah, no. It's
Like, just-
there's no effort involved. It's like a loose. It's like if
Well, do your butt cheeks touch when you stand up?
I don't know. I don't.
You don't
think so.
fucking
Not
know.
much.
Oh,
Not
dude,
much.
Bro, this is
I have
this is
I
the
have
shit.
I have a thigh gap that should be put up in
This
like
is
a
the
teen
thing.
magazine.
This is a fat person problem where you got like, dude, I feel like I got to open up my butt cheeks just to get air in there sometimes because they're constantly shut. It's just fermenting. It's just like a swamp in there.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's awful.
Yeah, there's. I mean,
I wanted. Look, I'm serious. Like to a point where I wanted to invent a thing
Mm-hmm.
that I could put between my butt cheeks, so I could go about my day and have my butt cheeks a little bit spread, so I could get some fucking air in there.
You could probably like freeze, like get like some mesh clothing, cut
Mm-hmm.
it into a rectangle, get it wet, put it in the freezer, stick that thing in your ass crack before you go out.
That sounds great.
And then you got a mesh ice thing,
Ice?
so there's
Yeah, one of the, like a
moisture,
coolie-
coolness, but then it should breathe.
Oh god, that
Yeah.
sounds great.
So you're gonna have to wash that like every day. I mean,
Yeah,
that is
but
not a multi-use.
As
tool.
one thing, I'd use one time and be like, that was great, and I'll never fucking use it again because I'll just be every time I'll look at it, I'll be like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm
It's kind of
crazy.
like the piss pocket pouch thing we talked about.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, are you gonna
use it
have
one
your
time and
drawer
you're
full
like,
of
"Ugh."
ass crack cooling mesh material? Maybe if it's that important to you.
Yeah.
That's not a
And
problem.
if you
I
order
have.
one in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I
Hey.
will say, like, again,
And if you're a fat person and you're one of the 11 people that listen to this, please write us and let us know if this is something that you would spend your heart on.
that's true. That's true. We're looking for early donations to our idea. We can start a GoFundMe on ass crack stuff.
Ass crack cooling.
Yeah.
We were coming. Well, still, it's in the R&D process.
Crack cooler.
Crack cooler. I mean,
That's okay. I need to put a little more thought into this.
Killer crack cooler. We'll call it the KKK.
That'll sell like hotcakes, I'm sure.
Yeah, to a specific group.
You know what's funny is like thongs. I refuse to believe that girls don't have poop on their thong like half the time.
They do.
Like half the time.
Dude, women, look.
I'd be 100% of the time, I'm sure of it. Like if I went into your bathroom right now and wiped my butt.
Dude,
there's probably
women are just
something.
like you. They're human.
Yeah.
They have assholes, man.
Yeah.
Their asshole is just as dirty as your asshole.
Ours have like way more hair. So I feel like the odds of capturing debris is much higher. So I'm gonna say
their
ours are a little
assholes
bit-
have hair too.
I know, but ours have a lot more hair, right? Unless you're,
I mean, I don't know about your asshole. I got a pretty hairy.
yeah.
Did you ever cut the hairs in there?
No, I did not. But when I was,
You've never buzzed the hair like in your butt.
no, I have. I remember I had a razor, like a razor, and I shaved my gooch once, and I was like, I developed pretty early, so
Yeah.
I had the hair on the gooch at like
You were shaving your
14
goose at 7
or something like that. No, it was junior high. It was
Yeah.
like 7th or 8th
You were
grade.
shaving your gooch?
I did it one time because I was curious. Because I'm like, nah, why not?
Your fucking light little fucking feathery hairs, and you're shaving them off your gooch.
No, man. I had
Were you on a swim
dark
team or
pubes
something?
by 7th and 8th grade. I had big boy pubes, so
Yeah.
I shaved my gooch just to see. And sweet Jesus, that is the worst. It was so itchy.
Oh my God,
for
it's bad.
like weeks.
Yep.
And I'm not kidding. I would go to school and I would just be constantly grinding my thighs together and like moving my ass around. And then I had a pair of shorts, or no, they were pants. I had a pair of pants that had a hole in the pocket. And so it was so itchy that I didn't plan on this. I didn't create this hole, but thank God it was there. So it would give me easy access because no amount of leg rubbing and ass shaking was
Ass
going to
grindery.
solve this like devastating
No,
itch.
because when those little hairs get about like a fucking 1/8 of an inch, quarter inch long, dude, that's what I was getting to with the shaving your ass.
Yeah, it's the
so
same thing.
I went ham on my crotch there. You know, get your dick looking a little bit bigger. You know,
Your balls looking a little
trimming
bit
the
younger.
grass around the fucking mailbox, if you will. And I decided to go ahead and just get it all out of there.
I'm not willing to.
And it was, I regretted the fuck out of it. Just when you're sweating, and like I said, my butt cheeks always touch. So it gets to a point, it's just constant fucking like agitation and misery.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't grow overnight and go away.
No.
That's at least
No.
3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're torturing yourself. It's like, okay, I'm going to be uncomfortable for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Because I decided to fucking cut my ass.
I think I
hairs.
told you. I'm sure I've told you this, but like my mom, when she saw these pair of pants, which I would use purely to access my gooch to scratch during this period of time, that it was itchy about 3 or 4 days. But in that time, my mom found these pants. You know, why would someone be suspicious? My mom had gone to school, I believe my junior
Your
high.
mom should be suspicious with your fucking track record, dude.
Yeah, she's like, it can't be good. Well, so I guess our junior high was hosting some sort of event for parents to come and to learn about the pitfalls and dangers that are happening at schools. Whether they had any evidence of this happening at our school, I imagine not. But they told the parents, like, what is happening nowadays in schools is, kids are cutting holes in their pockets
themselves with guns.
No, they're cutting holes in their pockets, and that way that another person in class can jerk them off in class. And so
This
mom,
is something they brought up.
they had a teacher. Yes, yes. And so my mom saw these pair of pants with a hole in the pocket, and her first thought was, Ryan's getting jerked off in school. And I remember my mom approaching me with that, and I was like, I wish it was because I was getting jerked off in school. It's because my gooch itches.
How was that?
She was so wrong, dude. She was so out.
So you just had a little hole in your pocket. You're just sitting there going,
Yeah, I was just scratching away, dude.
Just scratching away, making faces.
Got hamburger fingers, stinky, not good.
Quick question though.
Yeah.
If you scratch your ass, do you smell it? Yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Yeah. So.
Well, because it's almost like a check. It's almost like if you scratch your armpit.
Well, I just want everybody to know that I don't. I lie. I totally do.
Well, it's like it's a body check. You scratch. You know what the craziest thing in the world is? After you get out of a shower and you're like fully cleaned and nothing stinks, you could go a knuckle deep and you are not going to smell.
That's true.
It's amazing.
Which is nice. Yeah.
It's like and that lasts about 8 minutes. And so I walk down the stairs.
Seriously, it lasts like 8 minutes, and then that stink is right back.
It's immediately. I'm like, it's at the door, right there. It's on the other side of the portal.
It's that bacteria in your asshole is working fast, baby.
Well, I mean, and I've thought about this. I'm like, we've talked about maybe me when I get older having hallucinations and stuff like that because that might be what I've been experiencing.
Yes,
but I've been a farter. I've been a farter. Hello, my name is Ryan, and I'm a farter, and I've been farting now for going on 20 years of significant farts.
It's very
and
brave.
I remember it was not an issue, but like not normal when I was 16 and I had a coworker said that I was the reason there was a hole in the ozone layer was because I farted so much.
Methane, dude.
Yeah, so
there's a reality to that. They're actually trying to like prevent the amount of methane that cows release to save the fucking planet. Serious.
Yes, I have. Yes, I don't know how you do that unless you put like a machine
Go ahead,
on their
carry
ass.
on.
No, but and I'm like, this is probably not good. And I don't know if the prostate thing has anything to do, like if there's any way that like that all could be affecting one another.
Prostate and flatulence.
I know it doesn't cause flatulence, but maybe just a constant flow of farts on my prostate.
You having a large prostate.
I don't
it's
know.
Like pushing
but I'm like,
on the sphincter.
Am I gonna die of like gut cancer or something horrible because I'm like I shouldn't be farting this much. It's not natural.
I don't know. It's probably what you're eating, and
I don't think so. I
mean,
I
what
only say that
else is
'cause
it going to be?
I eat very well. I've eaten really bad in my life. There's been a lot of changes in my diet. You've known me, and it has never changed.
Yeah, but
never.
I mean, what I remember is you eat like 9 pounds of fucking spinach every morning.
That was in the past. But it didn't change. When I ate nothing but peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, still farted.
Yeah.
My doctor buddy says that I swallowed too much air. And I thought he was kidding. I looked it up, and that is actually one of the causes for farting too much is you swallow
too much air.
He's like, how the hell do I stop that?
Stop fucking yakking, bro. I mean, it's blah, 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 blah. That's Ryan, everybody. Blah, 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 blah. That's why he's got a podcast. Because
dude, I remember it was such a problem for me when I was in school and in like junior high school that I'd fart in class and I'd be so nervous that I would try to breathe it in and blow it out the other way, thinking that my lungs could filter out the stink. So I'd fart and I'd be like, I do it subtly, right? I'm not like taking deep breaths in class. I try and suck it in through my mouth and blow it away from students.
So this is something you would actually secretively do.
Not
Meaning
anymore.
also,
No.
but something you did do
Yes.
that you truly believed in while you were doing it.
No, well, it was a theory that I was trying, and I never
trying out.
I never.
How would you prove this theory?
I don't know because I never asked anyone. Hey, you smell something? What are you?
If it doesn't taste like shit, you're not doing it right.
No, but I breathe it in and then blow it away from the students or try to.
The students. Jesus, you just.
Yes,
Do
I
it
was
in your shirt?
desperate. I was desperate. I would do that. Yeah, sometimes if I'm in the middle of the class, if I'm in the corner, I could blow it to the wall. But if I'm in the middle of the classroom,
Yeah, I was hearing something about how let him go fucking rape and pillage. He ain't gonna tear shit apart, is he?
no, he doesn't shoot stuff.
Okay, cool. Cool, man. Cool. I was gonna say something.
Not important.
Remember what that was?
No, actually, you know what's funny? I want to bring something up on the way over here. I was driving. I heard like a weird sound. First off, I've seen so many ambulances today. I saw
Somebody what?
ambulances today, and not like driving by me, but like they're dealing with a problem.
Yeah.
Ambulance. So right near my house, the whole strip mall before you get to Joe's Liquor was all cordoned off, and there was a bunch of those little green and yellow little triangle things on the ground.
Okay.
Kind of like what they use when there's
Yeah, like
evidence.
like a semi truck has them. Like
Well, no,
on
the
freeway,
little
right?
itty bitty ones that they use to put like where all the bullet casings are or stuff like that.
Oh,
Those
okay,
all
yeah.
over the parking lot. I saw that, and then I saw off the road when I was running with Skipper earlier, a big gigantic mobile home just had gone down the road and into the wash. Into the wash,
No
yeah.
fucking shit.
It had face plant in the wash, and I'm just standing there. I was running. I didn't want to stand there, but I'm like, how do you get that out of there? Like, I guess it's a tow truck, but I'm like, what were you doing? How? There's like so many barriers before you get to that point. But
That's fucking crazy.
yeah. But and then I was coming over here, and then I heard, I'm like, oh, is that another ambulance? One of their little siren sounds broken, and it was it was an ice cream truck, and it was playing like it was a kind of a haunting ice cream music. It wasn't like the standard one that everyone comes with. Maybe
like,
he didn't have the money.
We just gotta fucking make it a little more creepy. For
And I'm like, that. How in the bloody hell is that a functioning industry still? Like,
dude,
kids don't go outside anymore. Except for I know you get a couple kids. in your neighborhood.
that's not true, man.
No?
You go to. It depends on the neighborhood. So I mean, you go to normal neighborhoods, man. There's a bunch of fucking kids playing outside and shit like that.
That just shows how.
I
much
mean,
time
I don't know how
kids.
in fucking like Valencia or your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Your neighborhood, I don't see anybody.
I don't think there's any kids that live there. Seriously.
But like here or like Valley de Oro, it's a big complex over there. Yeah, man, they're fucking, and they sell all types of shit, man.
That's true. It's gone
you can
beyond
get the Takis. I remember having ice cream mans. They would have pickled eggs. They sell pickled eggs.
Have you ever had a pickled egg? I haven't.
Dude, I love pickled eggs.
Really?
Yeah, shit's good.
Like it's
knock
got
it
a
till you try
vinegary
it.
taste to
Of
it.
course, it's got vinegary taste.
I just seems so strange to me.
Yeah.
It's hard boiled and just sits in vinegar.
It sits in vinegar, and it turns like a pinkish color.
I thought that they were like green. That's probably not the one you want to eat. If it's in the pickle jar.
No, they tend to turn pink
Okay.
with the vinegar. They're not like they don't turn like a pickle color. So, yeah,
I don't think I'd want to do that. But if you had one, I mean, I would try it.
they're pretty good. I'm gonna make a point. We're gonna have a goddamn pickled egg, Ryan.
Like, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, ice cream truck fucking have that, and a lot of the times they sell drugs.
Yeah, I remember my mom back in the days of her checking my pockets for jerk off holes.
Yes.
Her and a couple of the neighbor parents ran out the ice cream man on our cul-de-sac, which was a joy when he'd come by, by the way. Because we had a cul-de-sac. It was only 6 homes on our cul-de-sac.
Because one of the soccer moms heard that he's fucking dealing drugs or some shit.
Yes, that is exactly what is. They said that he was dealing drugs, and maybe he was. I don't know, but we would always buy candy cigarettes from him and just go out there and just fake smoke our bubble
Who told
gum.
this woman this? You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
She just got.
I'm telling you, I can almost guarantee.
She's just looking out the window, just going, "I know he's out there selling those little kid drugs. Look how happy they are."
It was probably one news story from like Dateline NBC, and they're saying that there's something's popping up where they're selling drugs. At it seemed to be a relatively lucrative, but wouldn't you immediately be suspicious if a bunch of like 20-something-year-olds went up to the ice cream truck? It's normally surrounded by little kids, right?
Exactly.
If only the adults run up to it, that's suspicious.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, if it's a bunch of like 22-year-olds going up to, ice cream or whatever. Yeah, I don't. You're buying drugs, motherfucker. We know what you're doing.
You know what I would never get? I had like food fear growing up, so I wouldn't eat a lot of the stuff on the ice cream truck. I've never been a popsicle guy, and I never would do the things that had too crazy of colors.
I always.
I don't even know what they
Ninja
were.
Turtle with the gumball fucking eyeballs, or like a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
All
see,
day.
I was 100% every time Neapolitan ice cream sandwich, which is dangerous because you only have about 30 seconds to eat that before all that chocolate cookie crumble gets on your fingers and it melts.
Yeah, that's right. When you grab them motherfuckers, that
Not
shit
good.
gets
Very poorly designed. They have to be like frozen.
Yeah.
Frozen when you eat them.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm more of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guy myself. The brighter the food, the more I enjoy it, I find.
Well, you had that one thing I would never ever get is that little rocket ship, the blue, white, red.
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
fuck
who wants a popsicle? Popsicle can kiss my
Some people,
ass.
yeah, I don't want that goddamn shit.
That's one of those things I've never in my life been drawn to.
It's like people that get, it's like, oh, you want Italian ice or ice cream? It's like, I want ice cream, you fucking retard. I don't want fucking Italian ice.
Dude, it's like shaved ice. Jamie gets all up
Sorry,
for...
bro. Shouldn't use the R word. Sorry. Take that
You gonna
back.
bleep yourself out? Beep! Jamie likes shaved ice. She gets excited for shaved ice. Like, I wouldn't
Ew.
even cross the road for shaved ice. Yeah. You know, like what would you do for a Klondike bar? Very little, like very little.
That's like my least favorite.
Yeah, I would be hesitant to even.
You know, every time that
open the wrapper.
commercial came on, I'm like, not much.
Dude, this last one they had, they're trying to, I guess, bring it back. They had a commercial. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you shave your eyebrow? And it was his dad.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, and he shaved his eyebrow for a Klondike bar. It's like, I hope he got paid for that. I hope your payment was
He shaved
not
his eyebrow for a
Klondike bar.
commercial.
Yeah. I mean, if it was $20K, if they were offering me $20K to shave my eyebrow.
Fuck, I'd do it for $50.
I'm not doing it for $50.
Yeah, just so I can, I don't know. And then if you shave one, do you shave them both?
I have heard that they never grow back as thick, but that who is they?
Really?
Who the fuck are
If
they?
that's because I got thick ass eyebrows, I might just shave them off just
to
fucking
see to thin them
get them
out.
a little less thick.
That's an interesting move, right? But then what if it? Like,
I got a
literally-
unibrow like fucking John Lennon over here, bro. It's fucking.
Do you trim it? Because it
Yeah.
doesn't look like it.
Yeah, of course I trim it.
Oh, really? You have a unibrow, a full uni?
You don't even know.
I wouldn't know.
You think I just wake up in the morning this beautiful? Shit, yeah, I trim my unibrow just like I trim my fucking asshole hairs.
That just still. Are you still doing that?
What?
Trimming your butthole hairs?
No. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I was just tying
nothing
it in.
going on.
I was tying it into the earlier segment.
Okay, because like that's one of those things where I don't really see a benefit. To that
But no,
at
I
all.
definitely shave my nose beard often.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So I don't want, man. You don't want to walk around like it bothers me too, because even if I go out and I let it fucking go a little wild, I'll be out there. I'll be like, man, I gotta stop by CVS, get one of those little shaver kits, you know.
That's like, if I trim and I go out, I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I'm looking good.
Yeah.
And I put my hand on my face and I'm like, how did I miss like a dime-sized patch of hair like right on my chin? And the entire day I'm just rubbing it like a weirdo because I'm just like, everybody
you don't
knows
notice this right here, do you? Yeah. So the problem with shaving the nose beard though is sometimes you get a little overzealous.
That's dangerous.
Then you get this big wide gap in between your eyebrows, and everybody can fucking tell. You're like, oh, something's different. Your eyes got further apart or something. Yeah, so you got to be very careful when you're fucking.
I don't normally see too many white people with that.
With what?
With the unibrow.
What?
Yeah.
You don't notice it's only white people that have the fucking unibrow.
No, if you're saying white versus black people, then yeah, I don't ever see black people with it either. But it's normally like Italian, Middle Eastern, Indian.
Yeah, but no, I mean dude,
shades of white. Shades.
Anybody born in the fucking UK.
No.
They all have unibrows.
No.
Oh my God! What have you been blind?
I guess.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't know a single white Aryan person.
That's your
like
white privilege.
Anglo-Saxon.
That's your white fucking privilege.
To
showing
not
right
have
where,
one,
yeah,
or to
where you
not
just
think
fucking you don't even see it. You
no,
don't even see their
that's
unibrows.
Not you're getting that. Maybe that's your South France roots. You're getting that from your Southern French side.
Well, no, I'm Italian and
yeah, okay. Well, then
Italian in
you have
France.
Italian eyebrows. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. And what are you? What's your fucking excuse?
I don't have one.
You're Irish and what?
I'm Irish. I am a little Spanish.
Irish and Scottish?
German, Polish, very white, and then I'm told I'm Native American, which
is bullshit.
Haven't we touched on that?
Yeah,
I'm not.
Well, didn't you do you didn't do
No, I'm going to get it from my parents. It's a way for me to answer the questions I have about myself.
Sure.
But to wrap it into a gift for you. Yeah. So,
you might find out, be like, that's not your father.
Dude, I look way too much like my dad.
Yeah.
Way too much like my dad. And I don't think I look like my mom, but
you look just like your
I came out of her, so it's a good guess.
I don't know if you're my real mom. She's like, I fucking here. Let me put in the videotape.
Yeah. I used to.
I knew there was a reason I kept this.
Yeah. So, no, I got through my family. Like my siblings, we all look very similar to our parents in some regard. So I wouldn't think about that. I go through my family members. There's always a shocking resemblance, which I guess this isn't news to anyone, right? Who you tend to look like one of your parents. But do you know anyone who you look at the parents, you look at the kid, you're like, how in the hell
did you get
that
with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember I played baseball with a guy. His parents were little people.
Smoking weed, baby.
5'3", for the mom, maybe 5'5" at most for the dad, and they were a little round. And this kid, when we were in junior high, was like 6'2", huge. And he played football in high school, and he quit football. You know why? Because he kept hurting people, and because he was so sweet, he felt so bad, so he quit playing football. But you'd see him with his parents, and it looked like he had brought
His name Lenny.
I know, right?
I just want to tend the rabbits.
No, but he's saying it to his parents, and it looked like, I don't know what it looked like. It'd be like, you put a bag over their heads, and you'd think they was with his younger siblings.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. But
Like
you don't ever get like a dwarf. Well, I guess you can, but like a dwarf.
Well, like Chantel's
baby.
like, if we had a kid, she goes, there might be a chance that the kid comes out a little darker. I'll be like, that depends on how dark the kid comes out.
Wait, like darker than Chantel?
Yeah.
Because of the yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of Jamie's, we were looking at pictures and we saw there was a couple pictures of like, Filipino white thing. Very popular, apparently, this combo. It's nothing new. We're not breaking new ground.
Yeah, it's like every, I mean, not to, but, every white dude in California is pretty much hooked up with a Filipino chick at this point.
No, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just like when you buy a car and you're like, oh, I like my car. I don't see it very often. Then you buy it, and all of a sudden, you see it everywhere. It's like ever since I've been dating Jamie, I can't stop. Your weasel.
It's on fire. Fuck. Go ahead. So you see a bunch.
I just see it constantly. Oh yeah, combos
Now,
all the time.
would
And
you
I'm not
say-
necessarily Filipino. It could be any age.
How often do you see
The other way around?
Filipino man with a white woman?
Much less common. Much less common.
Why?
I have no idea.
What do you think?
I think more often than not, you get the Asian dudes stay with the Asian girls. I mean,
Or do you think these white ladies are racist, bro? They don't like them Filipinos?
maybe.
Because you know what? I tell you what, man. I work with customers that got to deal with fucking outsourced customer service. And there was like, every time I call in, I talk to somebody in Filipino or something.
No. They always complain about the Indian
that's
people
true.
because the Filipinos, like they're the.
But it's like, it's rarely India. It's mostly the Philippines.
Well, it's India in the Philippines, but the Indian like dialect and then the accent, it's very hard to understand sometimes. Whereas Filipino accent, it's much easier. Like phonetically, you listen to it.
Yeah.
It makes a lot more sense. Phonetically, I don't think that's the right word, but it's easier to understand someone with a Filipino accent than it is, in my opinion, with an Indian accent. But
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
it's kind of like
a Middle Eastern, because, I mean, I got a therapist that's Middle Eastern, a couples therapist.
can you understand her?
And sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm like, what was that? What was that? I was like, oh, okay, yes, that makes sense. But yeah, certain accents, I'm like, what the heck? Sometimes I'm like, what is wrong with me? How come I don't understand this person? But I'm not going to ask this person a third time, what'd you say? After like the second time, I'm just like,
Dude, you know what's funny is like
I guess I'm not going to know what you're going to say.
it could be Jamie's grandparents who spent the majority of their life in the Philippines. I really rarely ever miss a thing that they're saying, like when they're talking to me. Yeah. But because of the accent, but when we went to Ireland, me and Matt, we were staying with his dad's best friend, older fellow, and his family. And I can understand his family. I couldn't understand a word. He was speaking English, and he has only ever spoken English.
Yeah.
But the Irish accent this dude had was so harsh that I would stand there looking at him, and the same thing, I would say, what? What?
Yeah.
Huh? And it ended up being that literally the daughters, who were like, probably 10 years older than us, would translate for him when we were talking to him. And I'm like, I know what you're saying. You've only ever spoken English, but this version.
Yeah, that broken fucking Cockney fucking Irish English
I
shit,
had
it's
never
just like,
experienced that,
I have-
dude.
Dude, I have no clue what the fuck.
It was.
That's a hard one.
It might as well have been a different language.
Yeah.
He might as well just learn a new language because English is not working. At least for a California
Well, it's like
person.
if you hear somebody from fucking like Louisiana and you're like, wait.
Oh, and you get
That's like a part of the United States. They're
That's a good
speaking the
point.
same fucking language.
It's not.
It's
It's
such
just
a
not,
weird-
though. It's just not.
Like Creole and
Yeah.
just like the Louisiana area. Because you have like, I guess like people like Haitians and stuff speak Creole and stuff. But in Louisiana, it's just got this like hillbilly fucking French fucking island fucking whatever influence, and it's
Dude, that's barely English.
Only
then, 'cause
place in
I
the
can
world
almost
that sounds that
guarantee
way.
you, beyond just the fact that the accent's different, there's probably a level of slang used that most people are like, what in the hell are you saying?
yeah, because slang just further and further detaches from the original thing over time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It gets even
Absolutely.
more so and more so. And more
Well,
so.
dude, it's like if you watch, again, like that book I was telling you I was reading, Tale of Two Cities.
Watch the
or,
book.
Well, I'm
don't
reading
watch-
the book.
You don't watch books, Ryan.
Or I don't know if you've ever seen Deadwood.
Yeah,
So those are both. That book is written in almost the exact same way that movie is written in terms of the dialogue,
Yeah.
where it's very
The
like
show.
highbrow dialogue with very like eloquent, like very big words and very roundabout way of speaking.
Yeah.
And that shit is as hard for me to understand. And I know the words, right? But it's being strung together in a way that's it's not direct and clear and
yeah.
short. Like
it's
what
not
we
linear,
do,
so you got to think about it.
you
for a
do.
second.
Yeah, there's like a deeper meaning. There's more to all the sentences.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when we, like our words. I mean, how often do we actually, go like when we say anything like how are you doing? How are you doing, Kyle? It's like, how you doing? How you doing? That's like 5 letters.
Or you just go,
how you doing?
So,
So, or like, what are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
What you doing tomorrow? I don't know, it's like we find ways we cut letters out, we shove things in. We're making our speech more efficient,
Yeah.
but dirtier at the same time. I feel like it's less pretty.
The thing with speech is people. It's not just about being efficient.
I don't
it's
think there's a
about,
conscious effort.
It's about
It just
having
happens.
flair to it. It's
Yeah.
about the way you like to say things. As opposed to, I guess your environment nurturing the way you speak. Because I find myself I say things certain ways just because I like to say things that way.
No, and it's true. And all it takes is for that to catch on. I mean, how many times? I'll tell you right now, growing up with Connor, 6 years younger than me, and I was utterly oblivious, the entire time to whatever the popular lingo is. And so Connor is always like my person I could go to. I don't ask him, but like I just hear the way he talks. Is like fire. That's fire. That the first time I'd ever heard that was
so
from
fire.
him.
That's lit.
Or
That's
lit.
So clutch. It's fire.
All that stuff.
It's lit.
Or the reversing of meanings, where it's like bad. It's nasty. That's sick. And it's basically how bad can you
Mad cunt.
No, the worse you can make something be, the better it actually is.
Yeah.
That is dirty shit,
Yeah.
filthy ass mouth. And you're like,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. That's especially in sports.
Yeah.
When you reference any good plays, the worse word you can use to describe a good moment, the better the moment actually was.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Why we do that, I don't know.
I like that shit because it's fun, man.
It is fun.
It's fun.
I'm
That's
not
why.
talking down. I'm just, just interesting.
You got to do. I think people should do that more. People got to let loose, man. Fucking just say
Stop
shit
caring
the way
about
you want it.
words.
Yeah, fuck it, man. It's just like where everybody just wants in this life. Everybody wants to fit themselves inside this box, and this is what. But it's like, why? Why do we do any of the fucking shit that we do? We're so just, I don't know, kind of trained to do what the masses are doing.
Of course.
And, it's just like, why can't I fucking...
Well, what's the alternative?
Like, why do I got to go in your workplace? Why do you got to wear a suit and a fucking... Why? It's because, that's just, you got to look professional. But it's like, why is that professional?
Honestly,
Who cares?
That I think is just a means to kind of remove too much like potential problems. It's like how
It's
uniform.
just a fabric facade. Like,
no,
it's
but you
just-
could have chosen anything.
You know what
but
I mean?
back in the day, I'm almost certain like back in the day, that's what like I think it started in the military. Suits started in the military, like the outfits did.
Yeah.
And then that just was used as the formal wear because
Yeah.
high class members of society back in the day were typically military members, at least maybe not U.S., but like back in like Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. But you could do anything. He's like, it's wanting a uniformity. So you're like, because it becomes almost dangerous to open a workplace, and it is getting popular now, right? To have like the there's no offices. Here's just a community bean bag and a water station, and then
Google thing,
like
right?
the
It's
Google thing.
we
yeah,
we ride bikes everywhere.
yeah.
Some
There's
people have
no
razor scooters.
there's no separation from one another. You just do work on your laptop on the the kids carpet or something.
There's Starbucks everywhere.
So them though, they're trying to foster a level of creativity, I'm guessing, and free thinking. Whereas for a lot of businesses, depending on what your business is, you don't want free thinkers. Particularly, depends on how streamlined it is, right? If you're hiring people to do a task, if I have a warehouse, right, or an assembly line, I want zero creativity from my workers. Yeah. I want there's a specific task. You need to do it a specific way, as efficiently as possible. So I want as little variables as possible in that situation. So you limit people, in little ways. Yeah. Just like everybody wears the same thing, shows up at the same time. You don't listen.
But the only thing is that you're missing in that is like that's a human variable. Is people do things the same way differently.
Of course, and you could be different, but I think it's limiting like the what ifs. It's like, all right, let's tell all the employees. I'm not saying actually I technically agree with this all the way. I really do think it depends on the work environment. But you're like, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Yeah. And you might have like the wild hair in the office who wears shirts like that you have, and you offend another employee and then you piss them off because they're overly sensitive or who knows what it is. So the only way to control, it's all about control, right? So it's just controlling your little habitat by being like, all right, we all wear the same thing. It's basically what the military is, right? They want to limit individualism in the military as much as possible because they have a singular task and they don't want to account for the variables of you doing anything unexpected. And how do they do that? They break you down and they want everyone to be the same, which is impossible. But if you have everyone trained exactly the same way, and then you have to wear the same thing. Yeah. You do the same thing. You always have to say the same thing. You have to walk the same way. But to me, it's inevitable to get kind of
the thing is I don't agree with that you getting like the outcome you want. Because I think you need to kind of let people kind of breathe a little bit. Yeah. In their job and things like that. And it's like any expectation is basically stress, right? So the more, and that to me is an unneeded expectation. Now, things that I make, like in our job, it's like you got to wear long pants because, you're walking outside and you can get scratched, or you got to wear, fucking steel-toed boots because you could drop
be 3 inches
heavy
above the
things,
ankle.
That type of stuff. I get that. But other than that, I think if employers were to allow their, employees, I guess, be a little bit more individual and independent, I think it fosters a more positive environment.
I agree.
And you actually get more productivity.
I agree. I think there is a balance, though, because
I
the
agree
Google
too.
round, that works very specific settings.
But wasn't that kind of bullshit? Because they overwork the fuck out of these motherfuckers. They do.
And you know why they have to do that?
It's like they work
because
16-hour
if they worked them those
shit.
hours with those expectations and had them by themselves in a cubicle, they probably killed themselves. Probably like the highest suicide rate of any employment thing. But what they do is they're like, okay, we're going to have a gym here. We're going to have a kitchen. We're going to have free food. We're going to have a dining area. They're like, how can we make their lives less miserable than we're already making it? And that's my guess of what that is. It's like, we're going to work your ass. Yeah. But when you're here...
It's like, you're going to live here. Well, that's why we're going to have nice, comfy furniture.
It's almost like if you're...
Look, there's a bed in the corner where you can go to sleep. You don't even have to leave.
It's almost like if you were being tortured... But instead of just straight torture, they're playing like your favorite song.
Have some more coffee.
You are pulling my fingernails off, but I do love that song. Or while they're pulling your fingernails off, they're playing your favorite movie or something like. Exactly. Oh, this is my favorite part. Fuck. Ow.
So I think that like the idea of Google and just like I said, people riding the bikes around and it seems like the most awesome place is basically bullshit. That's false.
But what I bet you it also is because of the fact that they're expecting you to work these, and it's not that they're asking you to work these hours. So I have a good friend who's in coding and does all that kind of stuff, and he's salary. All these people are salary. Yeah. Why? Because they're just like, here's the job, do the project. And that could, you could have crazy deadlines. You might have to work 30 hours straight, whatever. Yeah. So like, they're probably thinking like, you're gonna live here. You're living at work. Like the Google, is it the Google campus? Is that the one that's like that big ass round donut looking thing? I think
that's Apple.
Facebook. Is that Apple? Okay, well they all have something like
Loop.
that. Yeah, and so they're probably thinking they're gonna live here. Like this job is also a place where they're gonna do everything else. They're gonna eat all 3 meals.
It's
They're gonna
highly
nap.
competitive. A bunch of people. That's what kids are going
That's a
to
good
fucking
point.
school
That's
for.
a good point.
Especially like the gaming industry. Like I talked to people I've run into, and asked them about it. You know, people that are like my age in it, and they're like, "Man, it's just like." The problem is you have all these young guys coming in and they'll fucking work 24 hours a day. And he goes,
because they don't have families and they're
he's
hustling.
like, I have a family. I can't do that. He goes, so they're going to get the job. And that's just the way it is. And to me,
Of
it's
course.
just, and that's why, it's unfortunate, but that's why unions and things are going to are created. Is because we want to protect, because where does that person fit into this job marketplace? When they're just going to get pushed out by these people that are going to be fucking doing things that they technically shouldn't do.
Well,
and
there's
they're
a balance.
working,
It's not just about like, all right,
double the
it's not, the formula isn't 100% labor cost, right? So there's different costs for a business that they take into consideration. So there's like opportunity costs, labor costs. So if that guy comes in way cheaper than this other guy. But if what you end up doing is you're getting a guy whose skill level is like half of this other dude,
which happens,
he may be working 24 hours for less, but his productivity is so low that it's making other
with
people
any
work
industry
more.
is kind of like this.
So if that guy who can't work those hours is 2% better than the other guy, it is what it is, man. I mean, it sucks, but like I mean. Hopefully you could find a job somewhere, or you can improve to a degree, or maybe that's just if that is literally the limit of your skill level. It sucks, but what do you want the business to do? They're like, well, we can't hire this guy who's basically as good as you.
That isn't a healthy environment for that particular line of work. It's just not.
That is that line of work. I have an older buddy who that's been happening to for 20 years.
You have deadlines and things like that. It's not that people should kind of go above and beyond. I think it's just it goes even further than that. And I've heard all types of problems with, different gaming companies like Blizzard and all these fucking lawsuits that all these, people have against them. It's just the environment seems very unhealthy, and I don't think you get better product. I mean, you can go.
No, there's a.
You're not getting a better quality, I think.
Well, so I think honestly, rather than a union, because I don't even know how you could possibly union something like that. But the solution would be for other developing gaming developers to come out and say, "Hey, we're going to take these discarded older gentlemen." It ends up being like which job can take the highly skilled person. Again, if you are a person who's not particularly skilled. You've been in the industry for 30 years. You're 60.
Yeah,
but you're not that skilled.
That's just like, okay, well, we just got to find. We're gonna let all that go. We just need to just hire that guy. Your sympathy hire.
No, it can't be a sympathy hire. So I'm saying that guy's just screwed.
It needs to be something changed.
But that guy's
across
just screwed.
the board.
Like I don't know what you do for the guy who's not as good as the new guy, who's gonna take half the money. Now it's up to the new people to recognize their value and not come in and just take. Half pay. That's a sucker's move right there. It's just
but then again, it shouldn't be the employee's responsibility to fix this problem. It needs to be these companies, or it needs to be something.
Well, the Blizzard thing
implemented
was like
via union.
The Blizzard thing, that was a sexual harassment thing, so that's different. But in terms of like
that's right.
older gentlemen
that was
or people who are older who are more expensive, can't work as long. Again, their value has to be in their skill. And if they don't have value in their skill level, it's literally like anything else other than places where it's a union. And then, then if you're the bottom of the road guy, is that person also going to...
At the end of the day, I just think it's bullshit. And I think it's an unhealthy, environment.
Sucks.
And you're right. It is what it is.
It's a meritocracy to some degree.
And here's the thing is it's going to be that way.
Yeah,
it's like there's no discrimination in the workplace, or age discrimination. But I'm gonna tell you, that company's gonna find every fucking other reason other than that person's age, not to hire them.
Well,
so it's like
age is tough, right? Because it's like,
how do you police that? You can
would
file
have
a
to
lawsuit, but they could be like. Anything on the application. Anything
it depends
else.
where it is. Like, so my dad's in sales, right? And
it's
sales
subjective,
is a hustler's game, man. You got to hustle. You got to work. And my dad's willing to work hard, but it's typically a younger person's gig early on, because you have to work crazy
old
hours
people
and just
scare
constantly hustling. I personally would be more receptive to an old person coming in. Like, I feel like for me personally, if an old person was trying to sell me something, they get a couple sympathy points.
I think it would
I'm like,
too.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to listen to you. If it's someone who's 20, don't even knock on my door. I'm not going to open the door. You know, and I don't know why. That's age discrimination, right? But you know, I just don't want to.
This goes back to one of my something I was thinking about. Do you think old people are terrified of young people? They are.
I think the energy level freaks old people out. Well, how old are we talking about? How young are we talking about? We talking about 60
I don't know.
to 20?
I think this is on a spectrum. I think it could, but I think in general, let's just say somebody in there from 40 to however old.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, just any fucking teenager, somebody in their 20s. I think in general that older people just tend to be terrified of young people.
Maybe. I don't know about that. I think it's the same young people that every older generation
And old
in the past
people
has been
just want to
scared
get
of.
pissed off but they're, too big of pussies to say anything. Do you think that's going on in the world?
If you're talking about scared of as in like they don't like the new generation because they think that we're all
So they're scared for different reasons. I'm not saying any specific. I think
Honestly,
that covers a lot of ground.
Yeah,
though.
but for me, if I was old and my fear was that the new generation is going to ruin the earth, maybe this just says something about me. But like, I'm gonna be dead.
Be like, we already did that.
Yeah,
We already ruined the earth.
Yeah. No, our generation is the one trying sort of to reverse it to some degree. That was an ignorant older generation who blew nothing.
It's
They
been
didn't
every,
know.
but it's been every, generation. I mean, especially like if you look at like the '60s and shit like that, and then the time now, it just looks a little bit more similar. There's a lot more.
Yeah,
you
but it
know.
wasn't environmental. I mean, there was environmental issues
Yeah,
back
it was
then,
very-
of course.
all these issues.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the things were birthed back then.
But like in terms of that's all industrial revolution is when that all started, right? And I'm just talking about for the environment, like us shitting on the environment, like that didn't start the industrial revolution, and we didn't know. I mean, we knew it probably wasn't good to be dumping shit into the water like that. They knew that, but in terms of like global warming,
Like,
they didn't have any idea.
That pipe is going in the water. Cool, right?
That's true. I mean that they knew. Come on, they had to have known. They just didn't give a shit, or they just were like, oh, there's not that many people out there, But
The sea turtles love it.
yeah,
It's fun. They play with it.
By the way, you know what's back? Plastic straws. They made a hard comeback, and
are they just?
every single restaurant I go to, it's plastic straws. Yeah. I'm like, wasn't there?
It's like plastic straws, but let's drink. Let's buy. 97 water bottles.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. It was.
Or masks.
Which I don't mind, by the way, because I really do not understand the straw thing. I get it in terms of eliminating waste, but like,
I
it
think
was
the mass
specifically
pollution is like the
turtles.
worst thing now, man.
Probably.
They're fucking everywhere.
They should make well, actually, no. You hear like biodegradable, compostable materials,
Just rots
and then
on your face.
No, and then you read the fine print, and you can. Compostable doesn't mean you take your to-go container from the vegan restaurant and you bury it in your garden and then you get a flower. That's not what it means. You have to send that shit to a specialized factory where they do a specific process to make it into
Chemical
compost.
process.
That does not just turn into flowers. It does not do that. You can't put that in a trash can. It goes off into a dump and then like it fertilizes the soil.
But
It's
they get to
like
use
recycling.
words. They get to use words that don't really mean
Yes,
what they mean.
honestly, it makes me very suspicious. Like, oh my god, there was a commercial during one of the football games the other day, and it was a whole bunch of the companies came together. It was Coke, Pepsi, a couple other ones, and they were all about their bottles. Yeah. They're like, recycle these bottles because 90% of this can be recycled or whatever.
free.
We want to get all of our bottles to come from recycling plants. So, we're all teaming up, and I'm like, this just feels like a scam immediately. Because I know out here, recycling plants are closing down because it is so bloody expensive to recycle
They're closing
things.
down?
Yeah. So we used to sell a lot of our waste, specifically recycling waste, to China.
We don't know if
for
any of
years.
this is true, folks, but we're going
It's very
with it.
true. We used to sell a lot of this is across the country because they, because of their labor was so cheap and the process was so cheap, they could repurpose it. Here, to recycle something and to then be able to convert it into another product is so expensive. You're not saving money. It is not. It is a net loss for the companies that do it. So it's either got to be subsidized or they sell off stuff to other countries. Yeah. And China hasn't been buying our shit for like a year and a half, basically since like 6 months before COVID started. They stopped buying our recycling. And so We still got it now. California probably won't get rid of it because
Again,
it's a
we don't
law
know this
here.
for sure, but we're going with it.
Yeah, I sound believable. No, but it'll never go away in California. It will not go away in California. California, if they have
Why
to,
would it
they will
be?
subsidize
Why would it be
country.
more expensive here than somewhere else?
It's not that it's more expensive. Wait, in other countries?
No, but what you said earlier. You said in other areas it was so cheap and everything like that, but here it's so expensive.
Well, I'm saying specifically China. But a lot of their industries that lose money, the government will prop up. So even if they're technically
China
losing
said
money
they're
on
not
their
gonna-
products, they boost the company up by subsidizing the company.
So China said they're not going to buy fucking. So aggressive. They're not going to buy our fucking recycled materials or some shit.
No, and I'm sure part of it was because now they weren't finding a benefit to it anymore. Now, it helps the environment, but it also doesn't help the environment. I remember taking a geography class. Geography, right? Why
you
are we
don't
talking
want
about
our
recycling?
shit, China?
No, it's that. When you melt down these plastics, I recycle. By the way, I'm not saying I recycle. I'm just gonna do
But
it.
you say that shit causes pollution.
It causes a shitload of pollution
shit tons.
because they're literally melting plastics and all the fumes and the poisons that come from it. It is not. It does negative things to the environment. So, but then you have to weigh it, right? Like, is it more negative to the process of making a new water bottle, or is it more negative when you melt that water bottle down into something else that could be a bench in a park?
Do you think this is why they go, it's the farts?
They're trying to find, dude.
It's just
It
a
probably-
distractor.
It's probably cow farts, but it's also
Hey, don't look over here. The farts.
what is it? Where do we put all our trash? Where do we put all our trash?
Are you asking
Yes,
me?
where do we put all our trash?
The dump?
The dump. But there's another name for it, isn't there?
I mean, the waste processing plant.
Well, anyways, where we bury all of our trash, that puts out an ungodly amount of methane too. So it's like
Yeah, all
that plus, destroying the rainforest. That's CO2. That's different. But we're fucked. But we're gonna be dead before it gets really bad, I think.
I don't know. I mean, we might be seeing some fucked up shit in the next. Honestly, so you're 30 something. I still don't know your age.
31.
but-
Jesus Christ.
So you're 30
Well, I don't know
something.
your age.
I'm just not going to remember it on purpose now. So in about, dude, in 50 years, when you're 81, I think shit's good. I think you're going to see some shit in
Yeah.
that span.
Oh no. Oh, I agree. I think it's gonna be bad,
Mm-hmm.
but livable. I feel like we're gonna just have to move out of the really, really hot areas. Like I feel like honestly, what'll probably end up being our summers will be like Phoenix summers, maybe.
Well, I mean, Andy,
no water.
Is Miami going to be a thing? Is that still going to be a thing? New Orleans? We're talking about New Orleans.
That was a bad design
That might
from the
not-
beginning, though. I mean, that
Yeah.
you build it below sea level.
Keeps
What are you
on
doing,
raining, the levee's
Yeah.
gonna break.
dude? I mean, we talked about it. You looked at you look at cities. I remember. Oh God, was it Alexander or no? I think it was not Xerxes, but the guy before Xerxes, his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So Persian, basically
Persian guy.
emperor.
Old Persian emperor.
That there was a time when they were basically moving across Persia. And this is either Alexander or him, and they came across a city that was so old, right? And this is the height of the power, right? They were
Gotcha.
they were the titties McBitties.
Titties
Okay,
McBitties.
they were as big as any empire at that time.
Persian as fuck.
Yeah. So they come across this city that's basically abandoned. It's a ruin.
Mm-hmm.
But they're walking around the city like, holy shit, it is so much more advanced than our cities.
Mm.
Like it just was, like in terms of the architecture, things that they couldn't do, and it had been gone for hundreds of years. And it just showed that they're, the ebbs and flows of society, right?
Yeah.
So you have, the plague in Europe killing off like whatever
Where's
crazy.
the story come from?
Where does it come from?
Yeah, like I'm just saying, where is it?
I was listening to
They find it
Dan
on a
Carlin.
fucking...
No, Dan Carlin is
Oh,
a very
okay, yeah.
famous history
That's right.
podcast
Hardcore
guy.
history.
Yeah, and so he was talking about when he came across this, it was just like it looked like they were looking into the future of the past, And so I'm like, that's going to happen at some point for us, where there's cities
Sure.
that are going to die, probably maybe because of flooding, and maybe that flooding will recede one day.
Yeah.
It'll be almost buried in
Get
water.
a
and
little
pulled back.
flooding, get a little pandemic,
shit, it's a
maybe
Phoenix-
super volcano and
Dude,
fucking Yellowstone
straight up,
goes
and then maybe
fucking up.
for 200, 300 years, we have to go back 1,000 years and work our way forward, and we come across
Yeah.
these towns. You're like, what the fuck is this?
We're gonna have to live underground, man.
I mean, I don't think that's outrageous. I don't think we'll be around for it. I think our kids are in trouble,
Yeah. Sorry, kids.
Yeah.
Gotta fuck the shit up.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'll do what I can. But I mean, sure, I'll do what I can. I recycle, even though I'm told by
I know,
my,
like
it's not good
I'm
for
the
the
guy.
planet
Like
either.
I'm like climate change is a real fucking thing. We caused it, and I tell you what, if you go out in the complex right here, there's a recycling dumpster, and there's a regular dumpster. There's nothing in the recycling dumpster.
Really? See, mine's always super full. That's funny. I wonder why that is.
Because nobody's recycling shit,
Yeah.
dude. It all goes into because
You need 2 trash cans.
First off,
no one has 2 trash cans. That
another
tells
thing,
me.
the recycling dumpster, you have to open the door,
and
then you have to lift the lid.
That is so disheartening.
So that's like 2 extra fucking.
People go up to, they're like, ain't worth it.
They're like, fuck that. So we just like, it's like 20 foot high. We just take the bag, go, all right, get a little fucking, centrifugal force going and fucking fling it on top. Yeah.
That says so many great things about people, doesn't it?
Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm also contributing to the fucking. I'm not doing anything goddamn different.
You know what's funny? That to
Troy, he's a fucking. This is our buddy Troy. He does that shit. They got compost pile.
Yeah.
They buy fucking. They don't shop at Walmart.
He probably could compost at his house.
He's more affluent where he can decide to not shop at Walmart.
Yes, he's like, I'm going to go pay 80% more at the farmer's market.
Where most people would be like, I have to shop at Walmart because it's the only fucking place that I can afford.
Yeah, I'm going to go buy the exact same toothpaste from Ralph's for $2 more. It's basically what I'm assuming. Ralph's is not the move though. What's the not screw farm? No, farmers markets are wonderful, but I'm saying take that out of the equation. What's like the store if you're trying to be better? Grocery store. I'm not talking about a clothing store owned by Billy, the neighbor.
The clothing store. I'm Billy. I own a clothing store. And I'm your neighbor.
Food, restaurants, or not restaurants, grocery stores. What's the like community friendly, not big business move if you're trying to get groceries in a way that's friendly to the small guy? What's the place? Sprouts? Is that it? Is that not the big guy yet? Does Whole Foods not own that and Trader Joe's and fucking Aldi and Trader Joe's owned by the same
it's
people?
Sprouts, man. Because even Trader Joe's is fucking expensive. Trader Joe's and whole Paycheck is
they're ungodly expensive.
It's called Whole Paycheck.
The man, they're owned by
Amazon.
Amazon,
which that shit should be cheap. As soon as Amazon fucking bought that shit, everything that store should went down $1.
Everybody thought that by having the Amazon Prime, you get a discount on some things. It's like 10% on a couple things. It's like I thought I was going to get 10%.
I don't know anybody that doesn't
store.
have a Prime account.
They probably took that. He also found out when he got there. So when Bezos bought Whole Foods, there was this impression like, he is the master of making a process efficient to maximize profit, right? And then he got into the grocery store. He's like, you can't really do that at the grocery store. There's only so many moves. There's very limited adjustments you can make in a grocery store to make it more valuable. So that I think initially they were going to give a 10% off everything to Prime members, and they're like, we can't do that because our margin might be 6% or 7%. So we can't take away a little bit of that
because everybody that shops at fucking Whole Foods is going to have a goddamn Prime account. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I mean that's just like the thing I always hated for years is that goddamn card they give you at fucking like every grocery store that gives you like $1 off of everything.
Oh yeah.
That everybody gets. But if you don't have it in line, then you got to have the lady be like, "Oh, okay, I gotcha." I always just hated that. Well, you don't have your card. I'm like, does it really matter? Can you just scan
I just
it
have
for
like
me?
3 home numbers from my friends from elementary school who
the fucking phone number.
I just use old phone numbers.
And it's always it's Kelly, my wife's mom. It's her phone number, and I can never fucking remember it.
Well, you know what's funny is like I don't.
And her number is 66. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I know that they do that, or it's supposed to do that. It's supposed to be, I thought originally linked to an email address. No, back in the day, it had to be linked to your address, right? Yeah. But now they don't even ask for your email address because if it's linked to one of those, the whole purpose is that they track your spending habits and then they market you. It's also a way to, that's really good. It is just supposed to market you individually for your purchasing habits. But I'm like, I have never in my life gotten anything from Ralph's or Vaughn's. They don't have my email. I've never seen anything. I've never gotten a letter from them with like coupons for the things that I tend to buy. So I don't get it. Is it like to make us feel more loyal and want to go back there?
I think that's part of it.
Because Albertsons, they don't have that. They don't
and
have a number
dude,
thing.
There's fucking people out there and be like, I've been going to Albertsons for 45 years.
Oh, like
and then it's like
grocery loyalty.
Dude, my dad does shit like that. He's fucking loyal to the dumbest shit, man. Like it for no reason. And it'd be like, yeah, that shit causes cancer, and it tastes worse than the other thing. But
he's been doing it forever.
You're like, dude, this is look.
Does your dad smoke cigarettes? Has he been smoking the same cigarettes?
Example.
Yeah, that's
and I do too. Thanks, Dad. I got the habit from you. I'm blaming you, motherfucker.
Do you buy the same exact cigarettes every time, or you buy whatever's second cheapest?
You know what? I just got smoking Camel Crush because that's what my wife was smoking. The only reason we were smoking Camel
There's
Crush
always a coupon
because
on
neither
those.
of us like menthol cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah, we don't like menthol
I used
cigarettes,
to
but we
love
smoke
the
crushes.
menthol.
So yeah, and other people will appreciate it. I never use it that way. And
You
the thing
never
that
crush
sucks-
it?
No. And the thing is, when it's crushed, I hate them. And sometimes if you leave your pack of cigarettes in the sun, those little balls burst.
Yeah.
And it's like they turn all menthol, and I'll buy another pack. I'll throw the
Really?
fuckers out. I don't want it.
Oh, I don't even smoke.
So
and
the
I'll
only
take
reason
'em.
I do that is because they used to give a great deals on the Camel Crush. Yeah. Back in the day, you get 2 packs and then 1 pack for free. And
That's a really good deal.
Sometimes you get buy one get one free.
Matt was smoking those forever because they were the cheapest ones.
Yeah, but that was like 2005 and shit.
Yeah, but you're still buying it.
To this day, yeah, I'm still buying that shit.
And
I'm
so it
killing
worked.
myself.
It worked for them. The marketing worked.
Yeah.
And you're not doing the crush. You're not even getting the crush.
Not even crushing.
That's so funny.
But the thing is like I smoke the regular Camels, and I don't like the way they fucking taste. It's just being accustomed to something.
Yeah, of course.
It's like I tell everybody's like, oh, I can't stand diet soda. I can't fucking stand it. I couldn't stand diet soda either. But you start drinking diet soda all the fucking time, it doesn't bother you.
Well, not only that, but like, dude, if you have like we talked about the Coke and the Diet Coke, the fact that I didn't know they tasted different because it had been so long since I had regular Coke and they're completely different.
That's because you're a little touched.
No, I just assumed same taste. What is it? What's the song? No, it's probably same great flavor. Is that what the advertisers for those go? I'm just probably making shit up. Yeah. But
something
no,
like
but they have Coke. I remember when I went with Lance and that's when I figured out the Diet Coke thing. Did I get Coke Zero? I think I got Coke Zero.
I'm so confused. Like, what the fuck is be like? Yeah, it's like Diet Coke, but like. What do they do? We put a little extra salt in it.
Wait, for what? Zero?
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea, but I'll tell you right now, I got it, and I was like, dude, this is... I got a bad soda. I thought I was like, it tastes like kind of cinnamony, and it's kind of flat, and I thought it was bad, and I went back, and I went to a different one. It tastes exactly the same. Like, that's what it fucking tastes like. Coke Zero tastes completely different.
Wow.
From Diet Coke. Diet Coke's got the acid burn, right? Coke Zero is... I mean, it's probably not flat. It is carbonated, but it's probably like the way whatever sweetener they're putting there. It doesn't have that like acidic diet burn on the throat, which I enjoy. It's almost like a Merlot. It's just velvety.
To your aspartame, it's like a
dirty.
It's not
cab.
top notch aspartame.
Yeah, I like a dirty.
It's
cab.
that lower echelon
or a Zin.
shit.
Yeah, the diet's like a Zin. A Coke is like a Pinot, and a Zero is a shitty Merlot.
A Coke is like got fucking Dom Perignon, man. The fuck? Coke is just regular Coke, classic, in a motherfucking can, cold as shit. Dude, there's nothing better.
Yeah,
nothing
better.
better.
Diet Coke's better. I think Diet Coke's better. Yeah.
I mean, that's weird. And you were a young person doing that.
That's because my mom only bought Diet Cokes ever. Mm-hmm. So my only experience with the Coke world was Diet Cokes. Because if I was getting a soda, never in a million years was it Coke. It was always Dr. Pepper or root beer. So I had only ever had Diet Coke. And everyone being like, Diet Coke sucks. I'm like, fucking... And I, again, under the impression that it tasted the same as Coke, because I just thought diet meant you pull out the sugar and you put out the fake stuff and it tastes exactly the same. Yeah. And I was wrong.
White ladies with the Diet Coke, bro. Always with the Diet Coke.
My aunt hates Diet Coke and only drinks Pepsi. Diet Pepsi. And I have
one of those.
No idea what those taste like. Like
people, yeah, I mean, people that prefer Pepsi. And the thing is, the people that do prefer Pepsi are a little they're a little off.
You have to be.
I think, yeah.
If you like Pepsi over Coke, you're the same person You won't get this.
Like I
reference.
said, it's a good litmus for like something. I
Yes.
don't know what they're serial
No, I'll tell you
killers.
exactly what it
Remember,
is.
like we were
No,
talking
you're a
about
contrarian.
Disney person. You like Pepsi?
Is
That's another
is that
thing
a
we're
level
putting on
before
that
Disney?
list.
It's a level before Disney.
It's
No,
like,
I'm telling
I don't know.
you.
He really likes Disney, and he loves Pepsi. we need to take
We
a
get 2
closer look
strikes.
at this.
2 strikes. No, I think it's being a contrarian. So in being in LA, and you're not a sports fan, but being in LA, there are people. If you're a Clippers fan, there's Lakers. Lakers, the Dodgers. Those are the big teams, right? Yeah. So, but then there's Clippers fans, which is the much less impressive basketball team out here.
Where do they play?
Yeah, L.A. And no one gives a shit.
Where?
You're ridiculous. But I'm like, and almost every time the person who's the Clippers fan seems to be an Angels fan, which is also the lesser of the 2 baseball teams.
Oh,
So you have the Dodgers and the Lakers are like the staples of L.A. Been here forever, and then you have the Clippers, and then so what I'm saying is
wait, there's a baseball team called the Angels.
Well, they're in Anaheim, but they dropped Anaheim while they're still there, by the way, to be the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So you can't do that. You can't take 2.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah, they're really reaching, and they suck, and I hate them. But there's an example of, like, if you're a fan of the Clippers, I should find this out. I should ask my aunt. If you're a fan of the Clippers and of the Angels, you probably like Pepsi because you're a contrarian, and you just don't like the better thing because you want to be different. It's like you're not
the
different,
Cleveland
so you're just gonna have
Minnesotas
your
of
sports be
California.
what makes you different.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I actually have a friend who feels that way. He probably likes Pepsi. I'm gonna ask him later.
Is this somebody you got to worry about?
It'd make me so
Is
happy.
this somebody that I'm gonna meet at some? Is he gonna be at your wedding?
Yeah, he was at the wedding. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you going to the bachelor party? Are you kidding me? You're bailing?
No, I'm going to the bachelor party.
Okay, yeah, I'm driving you.
Yeah.
You and Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have the 3 people at the party who smoke weed in my car. It's you, Connor, and then I don't know if I can say
Your
it.
instant fucking reaction to that was this.
I just thought it was funny. I was saying, like, my group, my group.
Yeah.
No one in this group smokes weed, right? No one. And other the guys.
Dude.
But you're with all the guys in the car, just so happen to be that way, who love weed.
Am I?
Yes. With me.
You're gonna smoke weed?
I might have a little bit, but I'm saying you're in the car with Connor and my other buddy.
Oh, okay, cool. And they like weed.
They
Thank
love
God.
weed. They're all going to have, you guys can talk about it. Be like,
Are they gonna bring weed, or am I gonna
yeah.
be like the guy that brings the weed?
The one guy is big into the edibles. Oh, David's going to be there. He loves weed. Never mind. I'm just
Oh, David's gonna be there?
Yeah. You're going to have so much fun.
I don't really want to go now.
I don't think he's one of the 11. I don't think he's one of the 11.
He's not? Well, fuck David. If David, you're listening to this, I love you.
He's wonderful.
But if you're not, then fuck you. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, good.
But I don't know, I don't know.
You know literally every person there, but 2 people. You know every person.
I'm sure. Who the 2 people I don't know? Who are they?
They're very sweet people.
Are they small?
They're very athletic, white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed boys.
Yeah, it's like everybody hanging out.
No, I have an eclectic group. I got 1 Mexican. I got a half Asian. I have.
It's not eclectic.
I'm getting there. You're part French.
What's the ratio? Yeah,
I think
I'm
that's
part
it.
France.
No,
and-
my I had a black guy coming, and I think he's
bullshit.
bailing now.
Yeah.
So
I
there
can
goes
I
my-
see why.
Yeah.
So how many black people? Nah, I'm good.
That's funny.
Dude, it's gonna be medieval themed. Like,
No, this
if
isn't.
anybody that doesn't know fucking who Ryan is listening to this, it's exactly what you think. It's that group of friends.
Half of them are. You know, it's funny. My group is split 50-50. Half of the people are.
Does your friend group all have white guy names? Let's go.
I'll go through the list. These are the whitest. Nate and Matt. Oh, there's
Nate's not really.
Nate's
Nate,
not that white, I
dude,
guess.
nasty Nate, baby.
Yeah. All right. So Nate, Matt, Ryan,
This is so plain Jane.
James,
It's plenty.
Brandon, Ryan.
Connor's
So there are 3
the white.
Matts.
I think
Ryans.
Connor's like the
Connor's
whitest.
pretty white. Kyle. That's fucking as white as it gets, Kyle.
It is.
Dude,
And it's
I
the
knew
worst.
Black Onion
and it's
Kyle, though. I
also
knew Black Onion
it's
Kyle.
not only it's not just a white guy, but it's like the worst one. That's Kyle.
Everyone has a joke about.
And I don't mean
Kyle.
like we're talking about bad is good earlier and
Yeah.
shit like that. No, it's like literal worst one.
Who am I? Forget Ricardo. That ain't white. That ain't white. And then
This is boring.
That's it.
This is boring.
Sorry.
I don't want to hear about it anymore.
You asked.
Nobody cares about your stupid fucking friends, Ryan. Who told
Those
you
are-
to just list the
No,
names
those aren't.
of your
Those
friends?
are. You know what? Those are names that are gonna make a comeback one day. You know what's funny? My
Matt.
mom. You know.
That's one.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
Matt. Ryan, and Ryan.
You know what's funny? My mom. So she went through.
But not one fucking Steve, man.
No, Steven's gonna be there.
Steve's gonna be there?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm
Got
there.
you, brother. I actually got two Stevens. I got a Stefan and a Steven.
Yeah, but Stefan is not Steven.
No. Actually, they might both be Stefans. They
Really?
might both be Stefans.
Steffens?
Yeah.
Stefan?
I've never met a. I did. I went to school with a Steven with the V.
Yeah,
With the V.
Steve.
Yeah. No, but Steve.
Steve's not that ubiquitous of
Stefan
a
can
fucking
be-
name. I don't know a lot of Steves.
No, Stefan can be. We'll steal Steve. The name. Stefan can be a Steve. I think.
Really? I don't
think.
know. I don't know.
I never
Steve
met.
rules.
But I will say this: the two Stefans I know have never gone by Steve. So maybe that's not right. Maybe you have to be an even.
Are they trying to be
Steven.
something that they're not? They made that decision. Be like, I'm not going to go by Steve. It's too lowbrow. I'm Stefan.
Well, what's a like?
Just
we're-
like you, be like, my name is Ryan.
Oh no, I'm trying to think of a person's name that everyone would prefer, like Matthew. No one I know named
Matt
Matthew
goes by
Matthew.
Yeah.
Not a one.
Because it's ridiculous.
They all go by Matt.
Yeah, because you know why? It's because all of their parents, when they're mad at them, go, Matthew fucking Van win again. I don't know. I don't know why I felt I had to make up a last name,
I
but
don't know.
I did.
There's enough. No, but then I know a lot of Daniels. It's about 50-50.
There's a lot of Daniels.
A lot about 50-50
Biblical?
between Dan and
Biblical?
Daniel. Actually, no, that's not true. My uncle is the only one who goes by Dan. The rest of them just go by Daniel. They never shorten it to
Dan's
Dan.
the cool one.
Fucking wait, my uncle's so cool, dude.
Dan's
He's so
awesome,
cool.
isn't he?
Yeah.
And he made that decision because I'm gonna be fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Dan, not these little fucking.
I don't need those extra letters. Yeah, Daniel
all
just
wound
seems like
up
Daniel just seems like
Daniels.
they laugh with an overbite.
Yeah.
That's what Daniel
And this
feels
goes
like
out
me.
to any Daniel out there.
Yeah.
Go by Dan or get the fuck out. Right?
So, Jamie and I have been going back, well, not really back and forth, but she's mentioned, so her sister and now her brother, / brother-in-law, just got married, and they're going, so her sister.
Wait a second. Stop. I'm confused.
I just said brother because it's easier for me to say brother, but it's a brother-in-law.
Okay.
Matt is her brother-in-law, but it's just easier to say it's her brother now. But anyway, so her sister married a guy named Matt. There you go. And so it's so simple anymore because we're in a different day and age, right? It ain't going to be Matt Brady and Madeline Brady because there's got to be, we're equal, right? So, and I don't not agree with this. I don't really care either way. But because this is now gonna dictate what I do here. But so it is now Madeline Tan Brady. So she's gonna change her middle name to her last name to keep her last name, which I think is very interesting. It's fun. And then take his last name. He is gonna take her last name as his middle name, but he loves his middle name. He loves both of his middle names. So he's not going to give up his middle names.
Was his last middle
He
name.
now is going to be Matthew something Francis Tan Brady. Because he doesn't want to give up his two middle names. He has two. And he's going to take her last name as a middle name to honor her.
Dude, he wants his cake. He
Five
wants to have his
names.
cake and eat it too.
What is his other name? I can't remember.
He's
but
got 5?
he's going to have 5 names. Like
He's
how
already
do you
he's already got 2
He's
middle
already got
names.
2 middle names. It's just like double. what else in the world has?
Is that him just doing it though? Is he just like, all right, I can go for another one?
No. The plan was to keep the last name involved in their life by putting in their middle names. But he likes his middle name, so he's gonna keep 3 middle names.
I was just thinking.
What does your license look like?
This goes out to Jess. It's our friend's kid. She's transgender and changes her name every 3 fucking months.
I can just okay.
So why doesn't Jess? This goes for you, Jess. Why don't you just adopt this? Just take instead of just being one name, just pick your 5 favorite fucking names and put them together.
That's a good point because I've known people to go by their middle names.
Yeah.
Middle name,
What's this person's name?
Matt.
Matthew Tan Van Winnigan the third.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Junior.
Well, it's like when you had to fill out like Scantrons back in the day or any sort of legal document where they give you the little squares to put your name in.
Yeah.
And they ask for it's typically a middle initial, I guess. So they don't normally ask that much of it. But it is.
You got to write your shit really small to fit it in there.
That's
you got
3 letters per box.
Names. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to have a little fucking space just so you know it's not one fucking.
Which words are which words?
Like, this is 5 names. And I'm gonna put and your initials are like 6 letters.
It's true. Oh my god.
And it spells a different thing.
God.
And that's my own.
He's gonna have to move Tan to somewhere else in his name to make it interesting. So it's MFTB. But there's another middle name in there. I can't remember what the other one is. But there's some fun thing you can get. Mifp. Yeah. But it's apparently they haven't started the process because it is a gargantuan pain in the ass.
To change your name?
Huge. Every legal document has to be changed. Your social, your birth certificate. Not your birth certificate, but your license.
It's like 3 things.
Yeah, that's not easy to do. And then all your credit cards have to be changed. Because you're not going to have the same name with any of the companies that you're associating with, so you have to change names. It might be easy to do that, but in terms of getting a new social and a new ID,
well, that's why a lot of people, don't do that. Don't officially do it because it's such a fucking pain in the ass.
I've told Jamie, I'm like, I get it if you don't want to do it. If it's a pain in the ass, I get it. I would like it just because it's traditional. I think that's fun.
It's easy to do when you're younger and you don't have anything. You don't
have shit
credit cards.
She can do that right now. Yeah. I mean, she's got credit cards, but
who doesn't have shit?
She has a social, but no, more for her. She doesn't own big things, right? I have a house, so the process of me having to change the name of the house.
You say Jamie doesn't have shit?
No, I realized the only thing
she don't have shit.
I take it back.
That's fucked up.
No, the only thing she doesn't have is a house. She has a
wife.
car, credit cards. I think that's it. She doesn't have a lot of bills. I'm her bill.
What does that mean?
Pay for me. She's actually a homie with that, by the way.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck.
She's a homie with that. She pays for stuff.
Jesus Christ! How much of that goddamn whiskey you drank?
Not much. I only put a little bit in here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just I haven't had a drink in 10 months, so
you're doing good.
I'm just curious about it.
Keep doing the weed.
Keep doing the weed.
Yeah. I've smoked 3 times.
You think you're better than me?
I've smoked 3 times now in the past month.
Really?
Yeah, I think I told you before when I think our first podcast talked about I think I'm ready to
smoke weed again?
Jump in.
Yeah.
And so I'm just doing 1 hit. 1.
Bam.
I
That's it.
I literally just go because every time I've done it, I'm drinking anyways. So I'm already drinking,
that's and this is the fucking problem that everybody. And I'm telling you that when you are high and you drink. Or no, let me do the other way around. If you're fucking drunk,
that's what it is,
and you smoke weed, your level of fucked upness will double. It's just the way it is. So everybody wants to blame the fucking weed.
Yeah.
But if you drink fucking 2 cases of beer and then decide to fucking smoke, a blunt, dude, you're gonna be fucked up.
Well, that's where no matter how much I'm drinking, if I take 1 little hit, which is what I've done now 3 times,
weed before beer,
we're good. You're in the clear.
You're in the clear.
Beer before weed.
You're in the weeds.
It's not good. It's not good. But yeah. So I've just kind of what's so funny though? I think I told you I took my first little hit on the first time with my buddy on Matt's birthday, and we're sitting. I told him hey, I'm gonna have a little hit with you. He had the pen. I said,
hey buddy, I'm gonna have this little hit with you.
You know what's so funny? I was telling him about it, and he smokes weed all the time. He's probably looking at me as he's like, I don't give a shit that it's a big. It wasn't a big moment for me, but it was I hadn't smoked in 3 years. Yeah. And because I had so many not bad experiences, where I'm who am I? I have had that happen, but that's not the main reason. But I smoked so much.
Is that exact
that
sentiment?
Has 100%.
Who am I?
That was when I was at your house, and I couldn't move for like.
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
this
night.
motherfucker's on my back porch, so he smokes weed with me. And first off, you're trying to act cool and be like, I
really
smoke
try.
weed. I'm a cool person. So he smokes the weed and then he goes on my back porch and just sits there for like 3 hours. Then I'm like, I look at my wife and we're like, ha ha ha, it's fucked up. And then I go out there and I go, Ryan, you can stay here, but I'm going to go to sleep. Just lock the door if you leave. You're like, yeah. I'm like, no, please stay. You can stay. And I think you ended up leaving her.
No,
Or
I
you
slept.
did. You stayed.
I laid on the couch, and the entire time I was trying not to have a mental breakdown.
That's right, because you were always the motherfucker that you would sleep at my house till like 4 a.m. and then leave. Yeah.
As soon as I woke up, I would just go home. Yeah, which would always be like
It was okay. It was cute.
dusk. I used to sleep over at your house like twice a week. That's not really exaggerated. It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. We cook you dinner.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember it got to a point. It's like, so here we are. We're feeding him and smoking all our weed with him.
I was not smoking that much of your weed. Decent, a little bit. A bit.
You didn't know. You were just taking, be like, well, you're all smoking it anyways. I mean, the thing is, it's not like, we're just smoking and handing it to you too.
Remember that time I came by and bought you guys new silverware? And new plates and cups, because you guys always had like 2 cups and 2 plates. Remember that?
I do.
So that offsets the significantly higher
It
amount.
was so
of weed.
weird too. It's like, who gave you that shit?
No, I was at Walmart and I was like,
oh, that's right, you did.
I just went to the store and I bought you
That's
stuff because
the fact that you went to a store and purchased something with me in mind.
Yeah,
that is wonderful.
because I knew you needed more of those things. You need more of those things because like whenever we'd have to eat, we'd have to wash the 3 dirty plates in the sink to eat because those are the only plates you had. So I'm like, I need to get these guys some dishes.
yeah. It was a little sparse. Well, I have plenty of fucking plates. Let me tell you,
dude. That's like us, but
good
like,
plates,
Someone
white plates, the way
keeps
they
taking
should be.
Forks and spoons and put them in their car or something because we have no forks and spoons. I'm like, I just bought more because we didn't have any and now they're gone again. It's like, how do you lose forks and spoons? I
don't fucking know. It's dude, but I lose the fuck out of forks and spoons. I don't know where they
really
go.
Strange.
I promise. I don't know.
Do you eat in bed? You might have a bunch of forks under the bed. Do you eat in your car on the way to work? You might have some forks under your.
No, I don't sit. Just on the way to work and like eat a fucking something you eat.
Dude, it was like whenever I used to make sandwiches for work, I would end up eating this huge breakfast, and on the way to work, I'm like, God damn, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat my sandwich on the way to work, and so I would just have this
sandwich is great, like
monstrous,
that. I do,
monstrous meal.
Yeah, you're fucking and your ridiculous sandwiches where it's like I said, 9 pounds of fucking spinach with fucking like red peppers and mushrooms and fucking
hell yeah, that was great.
So and then it would fall in your cooler and it'd absorb all the ice water.
Dude,
and you would eat your soaking wet fucking spinach sandwich.
I would literally, no, I swear to God. So I'd take because it's always saran wrap, right? And it'd be like a wet diaper, so there'd be a pool of water in the saran wrap, and I'd let it out, and then I'd literally squeeze my sandwich to wring the water out of the bread, and then it would basically, I'd just eat it.
It's like the things that shouldn't be. It's like, I like cold beverage, I like a sandwich. But you don't like cold beverage sandwich together.
That's true. That's a combo, like a literal combo that just does not work. Yeah.
So spaghetti ice cream, which I'm sure there's spaghetti ice cream out there. Maybe
there's cheese ice cream. It's a popular thing.
Blue cheese ice cream.
Are you serious?
I don't know.
Oh, that sounds so.
It's fucking. It's got a big fucking green moldy look to it.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Oh, dude. Oh, it just smells like farts, bro. I don't know if that's a real thing. That's probably what's killing all the trees and shit. That's destroying the environment. Whatever that process.
It probably does exist.
Yeah, probably in Japan. It's always in Japan.
I don't know.
They always have there's just the weird. I don't know.
I don't know either. I think we're done.
No, go into more about what I think about the Japanese.
No.
You know what?
I think we're okay. Unless you have something. Unless you have, you want to do a Would You Rather?
You should do that.
Should do a Would You Rather for you?
Just tell me what to ask you.
What? No. Oh, here's a popular one. Go ahead. Would you rather participate in your parents having sex one time or have to watch a graphic porno between your parents every morning for the rest of your life?
Oh, the first one. The
Participate.
fact that I got to do something every single day of my life, I will just, because I participate. You said participate. That to me is, don't try to get more specific about it.
You're
said
right.
participate.
This is my fault. This is my fault. But you
fuck-
have to describe to me.
You
what
done fucked up.
No. This has to be objective though. The participation has to seem valid. You can't just stand there and film.
Okay, fine. I'll be a little bit of participate. Like I'll grab a toe and massage an elbow or something. Like you guys are doing great.
You know, that's fair. That's fair. I wasn't specific enough.
Yeah.
I wasn't specific enough.
So I'm coming up, okay, and I get to participate in a sexual experience with my fucking parents. Woo! Winning.
Okay. Would you rather? This is, and I know your beautiful dogs have died, but I have to reference at least one of them into this. Would you rather?
What the fuck, man?
We'll bring back Bullet. All right. Would you rather have to eat Bullet alive, or cut Chantel's boobs off?
I want to stab you like 39 times in the face. You. For saying that. That's what I want to do.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I could, maybe like 49 times. And the more I think about it, 59 times. Bye.
Bye.